Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If this happens to be your first time here, I want to ask that you go back and watch some of the previous videos in this series, eBay, Was It Worth It? But my name is Dave, and that's what we're doing today. We are covering more eBay Was It Worth It purchases. In this series, I like to take and open 4 different packages that I purchased from eBay and share that experience with all of you and answer the question, was it worth it? Many of these packages I end up purchasing late at night or early in the morning when I can't sleep. I tend to have a habit of waking up in the middle of the night, not being able to fall back asleep, and so I browse eBay. Sometimes that gets me into trouble. Sometimes I find a great deal, and that's what this video series is all about. Now, today, I get to share a really big blunder with all of you, and that is, this is my second time recording this particular clip. And I've already opened the first of the packages, which, as a matter of fact, happens to be 2 of the packages. So what I have here is my first purchase, my first and second one, which all came together in one package, and that is for the Super Mario Series 3 minifigures, I guess is what we're going to call them, even though they're buildable figures, really. But I purchased these. Originally, the person who listed these had 10 of them listed for a total of $36 with free shipping. I sent an offer trying to get it for around $25, being around $250, 50% off retail right now. They countered with $30 with free shipping. I was okay with that. I did purchase 10 of them at that price. Afterwards, they messaged me and let me know that they were going to be posting another listing for the same thing. I sent them an offer on that one for the $30, and they took that as well. And so I purchased a total of 20 of the sealed Series 3 Super Mario buildable figures for a total of $60. And you've seen the 2 different purchases pop up on the screen here, hopefully. And I've already actually looked these up. So this is my second time recording this, specifically because instead of hitting start record, I hit a start a virtual camera, which did absolutely nothing for that footage. I'm thankful I noticed it this early on and didn't get through the other 3 packages. Let me go ahead and share with you what I found, and that is the average current price, or the average last 6 month sales for these new packages from Bricklink is around $3.85, which makes me feel pretty confident I could get $4 a piece for these. Means I could get about a 33% return, considering that I paid $30 for these, and that's prior to shipping. Now, I also got to take some fees out of there, which means there's a slight margin right now, probably 25% roughly after fees. Not necessarily horrible if I could flip them currently. However, I'm pretty confident that these figures, once they are fully retired, and I'm pretty sure Series 4 has already come out, which means Series 3 is going to be going out, these things will end up climbing back up to around $5 a piece, meaning that I can take that $3 to $5, which is roughly an 80% return on my investment, and I'm very excited for that. So this is going to go a lot quicker for these first 2 packages, and that is, were the first 2 orders worth it? Yeah, they were 100% worth it. I'm excited about it. I could get my 33% ROI now, but I plan to wait a little bit and end up trying to net closer to that 75-80% ROI once I can get around $5 a pack on these. That was the first 2 packages, and unfortunately, you didn't get to see me open it. Let's go ahead and jump into purchase number 3 now and see if I can maintain a good record here on the Was It Worth It category. Here we go. So apparently I bought an in-sync aerator. Not the case at all. Somebody reusing their package. Makes sense and happens all the time on eBay. Due to the lack of a box cutter on this one, I'm going to apparently open this with some scissors. I'm not sure what I did with my box cutters, but first and foremost is that they package this really well. It's a large box. We'll see what the inside looks like. You can see that they ended up using some void fill, which is perfect if the box is oversized, which looks like it must be the case. Okay, so this may be the flattest box that I've ever seen. Honestly, I kind of remember what I spent on this one, or at least close to it. So there's a couple things that, obviously damaged box like crazy. I am going to have to look at the listing. I don't recall it being this bad for sure. And it shouldn't have been through the shipping because they actually had that package pretty decent. This one's definitely a little bit of a bust. For this item, I paid a total of $16.03. Ooh, that kind of pains me. So let me share with you what this was, and I remember how this happened. This was one of those late at night. in that time frame where I was barely awake, and I kind of remember knowing that the sale was coming up, and the bid price was actually pretty low at the time. And I remember thinking to myself, $8 and some odd change or whatever is what I intended to put as my max bid. Now, I like to personally wait until the last 5, maybe 10 seconds to place my bid, just so that I'm not letting these auctions climb through the roof in advance. I like to snipe, as they call it, although I don't use any software or craziness for it. Some people do. And so I ended up placing that bid of what I planned on being around $8 max price. And I think what happened is I drifted off back to sleep a little bit. And then I woke up with about that 10 seconds left, and I went in and I typed in $18.03 or something thereabouts, which luckily didn't end up going for $18 because there was, I think, about $5 shipping on top of that. Ended up winning it for $11.03 plus the $5 shipping, gave me $16.03 for this package. Definitely more than I had intended to spend on this. I was looking to get this for around $13 out the door. I did confirm in the pictures as well, there was certainly box damage to this. Whether or not it was to this degree, I don't know. It's kind of irrelevant. This one here, considering that I don't think it's even retired yet, or if so, is just retired, I could deal without this tape being on the box. Throwing tape on a box is a horrible idea. It just peels everything off. But because of the box damage on this one, it honestly doesn't likely matter. I think what I'm going to have to do with this one is probably part this out. So in order to properly answer the question, was this worth it? Let's see what the Bricklink part out value is for this set. I get a little bit of a reprieve on this one in that the part out value for this particular set is around $38.79. So I'm pretty happy about that, honestly. So I can almost maybe classify this as a little bit of a win. Now, I wasn't looking to purchase this, and I'm pretty confident that I could buy more of these at less than this. So even though I have a way to get my money back out of it, I'm still going to go ahead and classify this one as not worth it because there are better deals to be had for this set out there. As a matter of fact, I'd be willing to bet that if I searched eBay or Bricklink right now, I could purchase one without having to wait on an auction and put a bid in for less than that $16 after shipping. I would say not a win, not worth it. Let's move on to the last package and see if we can wrap this up with a win. Last package of today. Here we've got a priority mail box, and keep in mind, I don't remember what is in these. However, priority mail ends up being a nicely packed item. We've got, I have no idea on the weight on this one. They did priority 2-day, and it was a flat rate regional box. Okay, so opened up the box, and inside I can see a very interesting form of a set. So here we go. Let's see what we have here. It was packaged fairly nice. However, here we have a Super Mario set, set number 71360. This is a fantastic set as a general rule because the figure alone, the Mario figure, I've been selling on eBay for around $40 thereabouts. Total for this set, I spent $32.65. Overall, not bad. That's about 50% off of this particular set. However, it did say box damage. Now, what I will say is that they only showed the picture of the front of this box, which I could argue, okay, there's a little tear in it, there's a bend. That's box damage, right? Well, when I open this, I see this, which is a giant hole cut in the back for all intents and purposes. That doesn't really thrill me. I'm not sure whether I would classify that as box damage or not. Clearly is box damage. However, was not properly represented in the listing, in my opinion. Yeah, this one's a little bit of a toughie. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Now, obviously, I could open this up, pull that figure out, get it posted on eBay, and hopefully make that $40 or so, get my money back, and then put the rest of the pieces in the store, although I do have another box that's already open, waiting for the pieces to go in the store because I sold the figure out of it. This one might be tough. So, in general, for a new Mario set, I would definitely say $32.65. Yeah, that's worth it. I would buy that again, just like I did this time. However, because of the damage to the box in this case, I don't think I really have a good option to keep this sealed to potentially wait as an investment side, which means Bricklink and eBay are really the only paths for this one. I think because of the box damage on this one, I'm going to go ahead and say I don't think this one was worth it in this case because it limits and restricts my options. If it was a nicer box, in terms of at least not a giant hole cut in the back, then I would probably say it's worth it. I guess this one I'm going to leave a little bit up to you. Let me know in the comments below whether you think this would be something you would contact the seller about, or whether box damage classifies this kind of thing as well, even though it was not depicted in the pictures. And if you would have made a different decision, I'm going to go with not worth it on this one, which means I had 2 items that were worth it. The 2 Super Mario purchases, buildable minifigures, and 2 items that were not. My one mistake that I knew about, and it was horrible, as well as this one here, specifically because it limits my options. I'm hoping I can still get my value out of this, but let me know in the comments below what you think of that. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and stay tuned next week because I do have more of these that are going to happen. Matter of fact, I've got more boxes here that I plan on recording a video later today, opening 4 more packages and answering that question, was it worth it? Thank you all so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.